Some breaking news on Operation Epic Fury. Israel reporting it has just intercepted missiles over Tel Aviv from Iran. So that breaking news, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Tel Aviv. And that is the breaking news that we are monitoring here for you as we hit 7:04 on a Thursday morning on KCMO. Mayor Lucas will join us in a half hour at 7:30. And Sam Graves, Missouri congressman, will be here 1 hour from now as he continues to try to right the wrongs of the last administration on CDLs going to people who have no business driving these big rigs all over, not just Missouri and Kansas, but, American interstates around the country. So Sam Graves 1 hour from now on 95.7 FM. We've got those Jason Aldean tickets at 8:45, and that is also when we will do our Ask Mundo Anything segment. So Lou Holtz, a legendary college football coach, Hall of Famer, elected back in 2008, died yesterday at the age of 89. And while you've heard college football coaches do their rah-rah speeches, Lou Holtz was in many ways a first of his kind in the way that he blended, yes, an amazing career with inspirational speeches, along with fighting for a cause that he had great belief in. And that was his passion for the pro-life movement in this country. And he did it at a time when it wasn't really popular to do. Not that it's ever been, sadly, super popular in mainstream American culture to be pro-life, but Lou Holtz didn't care. Lou Holtz fought for that. Lou Holtz believed in it. And Lou Holtz did not let his success, his television career after he was a coach, or anything else slow him down from being a real advocate for that mission as a pro-lifer. And good for him on that front. But he also was somebody who was able to inspire you in a way that was relatable. Not the guy that's going to be fire and brimstone and just light it up. I mean, I say this as someone who really doesn't like Notre Dame. I just don't. I admit it, I don't. I like to watch Notre Dame football lose. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's one of my great joys in sports is to watch Notre Dame and the New York Yankees lose. Those are probably 1 and 2 on my list. I had my college roommate who's, still one of my best friends. He's a diehard Notre Dame football fan. And at Villanova, he would watch Notre Dame every Saturday. It was back in the Brady Quinn era. And they, just like always with Notre Dame, outside of the last couple of years, they were always overhyped, top 10 preseason. Before you know it, they're 8-4 and losing games they should have never lost, right? So I would watch him blow gaskets every Saturday, and I secretly didn't mind it. As much as I love him to death, I just Notre Dame football oh gosh, I just can't stand him. But that's not what this is about. It's about Lou Holtz and the larger-than-life figure that he was. And I stumbled upon this clip last night of Lou Holtz, and I thought, boy, do we need more of this in this country right now.
But most important thing, we're going to hold people accountable for the choices they make. The difference between athletes today and 50 years ago, today everybody wants to talk about their rights and their privileges. 50 years ago, people talked about their obligation and responsibilities. And I'm one of these people that firmly believe you join a spouse, you join a team, you join a business. You have obligations to other people. If you want to fail, you have the right to fail. You do not have the right to cause other people to fail because you don't do everything to the very best of your ability.
How good is that from Lou Holtz? We've got to hold people accountable. This is the line that stood out to me. Today, everybody wants to talk about their rights and their privileges. 50 years ago, people talked about their obligation and their responsibility. Think about the mindset shift. And he's spot on with that analysis, the mindset shift from, and he's using a blanket 50 years ago versus today. I just think it's something we need to talk about bringing back. What is your obligation and what is your responsibility? To your spouse, to your kids, to your family in general? What is your obligation to your employer? What is your responsibility to those people in your community? Whether it's at church, in your neighborhood, it doesn't much matter. What is your obligation and what is your responsibility? If we viewed the world, if we woke up every day and said, and looked at it through the lens of what is our obligation And what is our responsibility? Boy, we would drop that victim card real fast. Real fast. Instead, it's, what about my rights? What about my privileges? No. Lou Holtz had it exactly right. And that clip comes from a sit-down he did with the Wall Street Journal years ago. I mean, this clip's like almost 20 years old. And if only we could see into the future as to how much worse it's gotten since then, John. Oh, my goodness, Lou Holtz. I mean, he was seeing into the future with clips like that.
Lou Holtz in a DEI video. Two terms that will never be used in the same sentence. We get subjected to crap like this, and it's like, just come to work and leave your stuff. You're here to work.
I know,
leave
man.
the rest of the crap there.
I know. Exactly.
I mean, if we have
right.
to do it and say no Chiefs, no Raiders jerseys, fine. Let's just check it at the door and get to work.
Oh, that's so good. It's so good. I've always thought about that stuff, too. It's like, if you think that someone's that big of a problem, don't hire them.
Touché.
If you think you got someone who's got all these issues, don't bring them into the workplace. But then Lou Holtz says here, if you want to fail, you have the right to fail, which is true. It's America. If you want to be lazy and not maximize your God-given talents, that is your prerogative. I'm not going to stop you. If I cared about you, if you were a friend or a family member and I loved you, I'd try to get you to use those God-given abilities to the best of your ability. But he then says here, you do not have the right to cause other people to fail because you do not do everything to the very best of your ability. Now, obviously, that applies directly towards, being on a football team. Don't let your teammates down is kind of what he's saying. But it applies to the real world. It applies to walking into work every day. I don't want to let John and Mark down. They'll be disappointed in me. I wouldn't want to do that to these guys. Come on now. Same thing with your marriage. Same thing with your kids. You don't have the right to cause other people to fail. If you don't put everything in to that marriage, to the parenting of your children, well, guess what? You've let them down too. And that ties back to obligation and responsibility. And we are losing that every single day in a culture of victimhood. And it's frankly only getting worse. It's largely across the political spectrum. Trust me, you can find it wherever you want to when it comes to people playing the victim card. And if there's one clip of Lou Holtz that I want to make sure everybody has. I'm going to share this here on my X account at Pete Mundo. You can see it there. But you want to fire somebody up this morning, get into the office. You want to play that for the team this morning. That clip from Lou Holtz, you send an e-blast out to whoever you want to send it to. With that Lou Holtz clip, you won't go wrong, man. You're going to inspire somebody today. I promise you that much. 913-408-7957 is the text line on the studio line on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. Some of you want to remember Lou Holtz as the Arkansas head coach. Come on.
Yeah, I do.
I know. But he's always going to be forever tied to Notre Dame and that 1988 national championship, whether you like it or not.
Well, I looked to see when it was, and I realized it was back in the 70s, but he coached so many places. I was like, whoa, William and Mary? Look at this. What was it, South Carolina?
Yes.
Right? So a whole bunch of places.
Minnesota, South Carolina.
Gophers, eh?
Yeah, NC State. He was at all of them.
Yeah.
He became the first coach to take 6 teams to a bowl game. It's pretty amazing stuff. And I
wonder if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see that ever again. And the reason I say that is because being a head coach right now in college football, it is grinding these guys into the ground. You will see, I believe, more coaches retire before 60 than ever before. Typically, these guys were lifers, right? You're a college football coach, you're a lifer. You don't know what else to do with yourself. But first off, they're all making, anywhere from $5 to $15 million a year. The job is 24/7, 365, not like the old days where it's like, we got a little spring ball, we got some summer camp, we're going to coach September to early December, and then we're done. If you last, the entire season's almost 6 months now. It's crazy. You got the craziness of the transfer portal. You got to pay these guys. It's just different. It burns you out. We will not see somebody do it as successfully at as many places as Lou Holtz. I just don't think we're going to see it. 913-408-7957. Let's fit in Sarah in Raymore. Hey, Sarah, good morning.
Hi, Pete. I was just listening to what you were saying, and one of the things that I wanted to mention was an amazing story. It happened like last week. And this lady at my job, she put in her 2 weeks. Her last day was on a Wednesday, and she had a presentation that she was giving to our women's group, and she was supposed to do it with her coworker. And she could have easily left that day on her last day, not followed through, and done the presentation and left the coworker to do it by herself. She ended up staying throughout the whole day when she didn't have to, just so she didn't leave that person hanging. And she goes, I would never do that. I would never leave you hanging to present this on your own. And I just thought that was a really classy way to go out. And I was sorry to see her go. It was really sad, but she's like, people above everything, and I'm just not going to leave you hanging. And I think that's what Lou Holtz was all about, just being a team.
Yep, and we're losing it, Sarah. We're losing it, but that's an excellent point and a great example. Thanks for sharing it. You're right. Because we are more isolated than ever before, we don't feel like we have that loyalty to other people in the workplace, on teams. We're losing it. And, social media, obviously, our phones hurt that. COVID really impacted that. People don't want to be around other people. And that's when I think we're at our best. And Lou Holtz, in many ways, epitomized that.